Today we are going to be rebuilding our Velocity clutch.
So we have our Velocity clutch 2-disc rebuild kit, our Allen wrenches, our digital height gauge that came from PMC. We got our iPad here just for our directions and settings, and our disassembled and cleaned clutch from last season. So we ran this all last year on dirt. There was some discoloration in the discs. It's honestly not bad. Probably could have just been reset and reused. But for the price of a rebuild kit only being 120 bucks, we'll keep this in the trailer as a good spare and rebuild what we have, and then we know we're good for the season. So the first step is to zero our digital height gauge to the 90,000 standard that comes with it. So go ahead and turn it on. We're in inches. Set it right on the stepped side of it. Zero it. And it will read negative, but when you go back on the standard, it should read 0. So our first step is going to be to mount our backing plate onto our drive hub.
Now we are going to build our clutch stack. Disc, floater plate, disc, pressure plate. Make sure that the splines on the floater plate and the splines on the pressure plate are always lined in, and these should be pointing up.
So now we are going to install our shim pack, which goes on the drive hub, and our lever plate. Before we install our lever plate, we'll go through and reinstall our levers.
You can use a small Allen wrench to line your shims with your lever plate. Next, install your compression springs.
So now we will set our spring height. So if we go around and measure, we're at 0.292, 0.293, 0.298, 0.290, 0.284. So we'll slowly increase the preload on our compression spring quarter turn at a time until we hit our right height measurement for what we want our engagement to be. So now that we have our compression spring preload set, we can remeasure, and they're all at 260 or 260 with a 5. So this is a gold spring setup. That one's a little low. So if you get a weird reading, always go back in and check it a couple times, because just your hand being off a little bit can cause a false reading. Like if I just tip a little bit, so just make sure you're flat and square. So the last thing we're going to check is our total air gap, which if you push all your clutch discs to one side, you get that gap up at the top on your backing plate. You can come in with feeler gauges So for a new clutch, that should be around 35,000. So all I did was just stack a 5 and a 30. And then you can feel that that's 35,000. Now as that clutch wears in, you may have to add more shims, which are on the back of the drive gear, just to maintain that. When it hits about 50 thousandths, it's time for a rebuild.
The last thing that we will do is install our drum. And that is how you rebuild a Velocity clutch. Please tune in for more videos.